The Sega Genesis Mini 2 has been kind of a weird thing, right? At first, we thought it was just going to be the Mega Drive Mini 2 staying in Japan. It didn't really seem like there was going to be a worldwide release, like with the Game Gear Micros, whatever you want to call those things. It just seemed like it was going to stay there. And it was possible to come to the US, but they had specifically said that they're focusing in Japan, right? And then, out of nowhere, the US version popped up on Amazon, the Sega Genesis Mini 2. More compact, more advanced. The Sega Genesis Mini 2 is here. Amazon exclusive, right? I kind of broke the news early, getting a heads up on the Amazon listing. It just seemed really strange, though. And then after my video, Sega of America confirmed it by making a big announcement and this website going live, which is actually hosted on the Japanese website, the Genesis one. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, the one concern people have had is like, okay, it's on Amazon.com, and then it's also on Amazon.co.jp, Japanese Amazon, and it's listed to ship and sell only to U.S. addresses, right? So it's not a worldwide release. And it just seemed weird. Okay, and it ships from Japan, and that's it. So they're not shipping containers over to the U.S., stocking up Amazon warehouses. It is an Amazon exclusive. Excuse me. It's not going to be in Targets and all this stuff. Kind of crazy, right? Because when the first one came out, it was available everywhere. You still run into these on occasion. I see them every once in a while, like maybe one or two with those like security things squeezing it and crushing the box at like Best Buy and stuff like that on occasion. I believe these were $80 when they first come out. This one's like $105. It's kind of fluctuated between like 103 to 107, somewhere around there, right? But yeah, you're not getting that Amazon Prime shipping if you're a Prime member. This is shipping from Amazon Japan. October 27th is the release date, and it's not available to everybody across the world through Amazon. Kind of sucks. But the bigger news here is the availability as far as the quantities of this that are going to be released. And I kind of don't like this, and I don't even like talking about it, but it's a thing that I think we should discuss, because what's really going on here, supposedly, this is going to be really limited. And whereas, like I said, the original one, occasionally you still find them. I don't think we really had stock issues on this when it first came out a few years back. Like, you could easily find these. They started going on sale as well for like $40-50, that kind of thing. You were finding them everywhere. Like, it wasn't that hard, right? It was a different time. The availability of the components, I guess, were better, right? This one's going to be extremely limited. So I hate that fear of missing out thing, because what I wanted to talk about was brought up earlier today on Ars Technica, where they had reached out to Sega concerning some of like the stuff that I talked about, like the Amazon Japan, it's shipping from Japan, what's going on here, type of thing. So they got a surprising estimate as a response to questions about the Japanese shipping origins, right? So let's read part of this real quick. There's not much to it, but this kind of bothers me a little bit. So the miniature console fad has abated since the NES Super Nintendo Classic peak, with few companies giving the concept a shot. Sega remains an exception, however, as it's launching not one, but two retro-minded machines by year's end. By one of those, the Sega Genesis Mini 2 is coming to the US, and Sega confirmed to Ars Technica that the system in question would be in incredibly limited supply, around 1/10 the count of the 2019 Sega Genesis Mini. 1/10 of the quantity that was produced. We don't even know the numbers. I don't know how many of these were produced. I've tried looking it up numerous times. I don't know. I don't know 100% if the information is even out there on that, but 1/10? Like, that's going to be extremely limited, and I really hope this wasn't a response to these guys knowing that it'll be mentioned, because it's still available on Amazon.com. It hasn't sold out, anything like that, but I really hope this isn't a response from them, seeing maybe the sales haven't been great through, the analytics that they see through Amazon, what's been pre-ordered. I'm hoping it's not like a response to, well, this isn't actually selling very well. So let's put this fear of missing out information to this question to these guys, even though this isn't what they asked. Like, we'll just throw this out there. Maybe they'll publish it. People will talk about it. And then now people will be scared and be like, oh, shit, I got to pre-order one. Like, I hope that's not it. I just, it kind of sucks. Like, if it's only 1/10 like people are going to buy these, and for people who couldn't afford to get it, right, it's expensive. You're paying 105 or so plus like $22 shipping to get it from Japan to the US. So you're at 120, 130 bucks or so to get this thing. And some people are going to like want it and be like, well, I can't afford it right now, whatever the case may be, and hope to get one a little later on. But if it's 1/10 and people hear this, it's like, of course people are going to talk about it. Motherfuckers are going to be like buying them up and hoarding them type of thing. I would hope not, but you know how people are, man. Like you see like PS5 and the Xbox Series X were scalped to all hell for a while. I mean, still are to a certain degree. Same thing with like graphics cards. But all that's kind of subsided a little bit. More and more chances of getting things at retail price have been popping up. But something like this where it's just like a one-shot deal, man, people are going to be buying them and then reselling them and hundreds of dollars more. I don't know, but let's continue on. The news came as a surprising answer to a completely different question. They reached out to Sega shortly after it was announced because we wanted to clarify on exactly who is producing and shipping the system. The Genesis Mini 2 was confirmed months after Sega announced the Mega Drive Mini 2, only with an entirely it has new selection over the first one, emulated classics with Genesis and Sega CD games. Still wish there's a Master System, but whatever. Sega of America handled the promotion and shipment of the first one, while this year's Genesis Mini 2, slated to release October 27th, is going to be handled entirely by Sega of Japan. For one, its official site is in English, but it's hosted by the Sega Japanese domain, which I just brought up. More importantly, for interested buyers, the Genesis Mini 2 is only available through an Amazon US listing, which is also on Amazon Japan, but shipping only to US. You might, with conversion, you might save more if it's still, I'm not sure if it's still up on Amazon Japan. It was the last I checked. But you could possibly get it cheaper through them. Some people have mentioned that. All purchases will be shipped from Japan, thus skipping Amazon's usual Prime shipping discounts and guarantees. Burdening American buyers with customs issues. Shouldn't have no customs issues, in all honesty. I've ordered quite a bit through Amazon Japan. I've never had customs issues. Amazon Japan winds up, actually packaging and handling things a lot better than Amazon US. Never gotten anything damaged, never had to worry about any kind of customs stuff. But my one concern and things that I've dealt with before is if you get something dead on arrival or say it stops working, within that return period, it is a hassle to return to Amazon Japan. Like they want you to pay up front, use a specific, shipper, and it's quite expensive. Honestly, you're not getting those discounts like they do. And then you could provide them like proof that you paid. Once they get it back, they say they'll give you the money back type of thing. But the one time I had that happen to me, it was just such a huge hassle. The cost to ship the item back was several $100s, which was actually way more than what I paid for the item. And I just, sucked it up and just took the loss. It was kind of stupid, but I just didn't bother with it. Wound up figuring it out and fixing the product later on, like a few weeks later. But yeah, it's a hassle to keep in mind. But okay, so to wrap this up, they're stating that the Sega of Japan's corporate office confirmed that the console was a Japan-only project for the company, and that the Sega Genesis Mini 2 could only be produced in small numbers due to the global semiconductor shortage. And this was a letter from Sega's president's office. So they just wanted to make a small batch of the Western release and focus on the Japanese side of things, right? I don't know where the money's at, but like I said, I hope this isn't like a fear of missing out tactic. Like the numbers aren't looking great. These guys say you might need to make up your mind pre-ordering, and that, like, it kind of sucks having to say that, but who knows? This 1/10, like, how many is that for real or for sure? We don't know. If you're on the fence, are you going to be screwed in the long run? I don't know. I mean, it's just a video game product, but a lot of us do like this kind of stuff. One thing I have to point out is if you do pre-order on Amazon, you can cancel before it ships. No worries. They don't charge you until it ships type of thing. So you could cancel it if you change your mind at some point. So make sure you keep tabs before it, winds up shipping October 27th. But yeah, there you go. Let me know what you guys think. Did you pre-order one? Are you going to grab one? Are you on the fence? Are you just like, screw this noise? I'd like to hear from you. Bye.